All right, we are back at the hotel, and as Mark Emmert put it, the Kansas City Jayhawks, as he was handing out the trophy. I don't know if you heard that, Tate. That's what Mark Emmert said.
Can I just jump on this real quickly? A lot of people have come up to me. They're like, "Who's going to replace Coach K with your hatred?" Mark Emmert, come on down.
The Kansas City Jayhawks, in Mark Emmert's defense, it is confusing that they're called KU, but it's the University of Kansas. So I understand how maybe he had a few too many.
That is true.
He had a few too many Coors Lights, and he was like, "Shit, what is it again?" The University of Kansas Jayhawks are your national champions, and I'm going to give Tate a second to collect his thoughts. Tate's not crying like many people might have anticipated, myself included. I thought Tate might cry. I'm going to say this off the top. My little opening monologue is this, Tate, that this was. I'm a prisoner of the moment. If you listen to the show, you know that I'm not afraid to call everything the greatest thing ever. That after I just saw it, So I'm going to try to not do that and say that this is the greatest Final Four of all time. But this is a historic Final Four that I will remember forever. This Final Four coming into it. Having the 4 Blue Bloods, congratulations Villanova.
Villanova.
It rolls right off the tongue to say the 4 Blue Bloods. To have the 4 Blue Bloods meeting in a city like New Orleans, which is a historic. This is not like every so often the NCAA will say, let's try a new one. Let's do a new.
This is a staple.
What if we did one in Salt Lake City? I don't think they've ever done that, but you know what I mean. Like New Orleans is a staple. There've been
it's not Denver. Remember Denver?
There's one in Denver. There's one in Seattle one time. This is a historic national Final Four venue.
Yeah.
And to have it here with these 4 teams, and obviously the Coach K part of it versus Carolina, the Duke that we talked about on Saturday, and having that all thrown into the same pot, you stir it up and you're like, oh my God, this might be the most hyped Final Four of all time. This thing delivered, and then some. It was exactly what the sport needed, and as someone who covers this professionally and lives and breathes it, Tate, that like the years since the 2020 tournament was canceled, we have been lost in the wilderness as a sport, as a community, as a college basketball collective, where you've been given some breadcrumbs along the way, it's like, well, we'll bring it back, but like, remember, like
just keep going, just keep walking. Yeah.
Some teams, like, weren't there teams that like was it Boston University played somebody? Was it Holy Cross? They wore masks when they played, and you're like, this isn't. There's no fans, and you're playing in masks, and it's all insane. And I know like nobody listening or watching wants to revisit COVID or anything. I'm just trying to like talk about like the path that we've been on. And there were moments that you and I privately were talking like, is college basketball actually going to recover? I don't know. Like maybe the fear was that you get to a point where people realize there are more important things in life. People live without college basketball as we know it, and they're like, you know what? Kind of don't miss it as much as I thought.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need this as much as I thought. And then you and I, for guys that are paychecks, are dependent upon people caring about this stuff. There were moments where I was like, maybe I have to sell one of my Ferraris. I don't know. Like, will I have to downgrade my yacht? Like, it's terrifying to think about. That's the kind of stuff I was faced with. I'm gonna have to move like a mile inland off of the beach, and these are things that keep me up at night. And finally. And no, in all seriousness, man, like to have this Final Four, to have it culminate, like this was the first true Final Four we've had in 3 years, and for it to have all of these teams, to have it culminate in the way it did with the national title game that we just saw, those were my thoughts. That's what I was coming away from.
Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.